Hello there, and welcome back to Tatooine Tableflip. I'm Jimmie, and today I'm going to be reviewing Omens of the Pharaoh, the new expansion for Elder Sign from Fantasy Flight Games. This is it, what you see laid out before you. I don't have a script for this one. This is kind of a quick and dirty review. This is the aftermath of an epic game I've just had playing the scenario and the base game. And I was kind of game high right now, so I wanted to kind of just sort of knock this thing out off the top of my head. So hopefully it doesn't come across as too disjointed or, crazy. Anyway, we get 6 new investigators. I've played with 2, and I played this time with, I won't go into them and spoil them too much. You can see that in my unboxing of the game. But I played with Carson and Agatha, and it was they're both senior citizens. It was a lot of fun playing 2 senior citizen investigators, especially at one point where Agatha, to avoid taking some damage, had a big old shot of whiskey. That was a really fun moment for me in this game. I played against the Haunter of the Dark. Out of the 3 new Ancient Ones included, it is considered average, which makes it the easiest of the 3. It goes average, difficult, and stupid. And oh my, I think this was my 26th or 27th game using this expansion, and I've never beat it. I haven't been able to beat it yet. It's super difficult. The At Midnight effect on there is ridiculous, and there's a lot of At Midnight effects included in this expansion that are also ridiculous. So it makes it really tough, but it's a fun kind of tough. As I've said, I've played it many times. I'm having a blast. I'm gonna play it a bunch more. Let's see. New investigators, new monster. We have this new deck. It's the Relic Deck. These add dice to your pool, or they have a new symbol called a refresh symbol as you are attempting tasks. If you don't complete the task, you take a die away from your pool, and then you roll what's left. Well, these cards allow you, using that refresh symbol, to pull those dice back into your pool, so you effectively get to reuse them. Not effectively, you actually do get to reuse them. It's an amazing set of cards, and there's some other just text effects in here, but for the most part, it's various combinations of the green, red, and yellow dice, either added to your pool or refreshed back into the pool. It's one of my favorite new mechanics for this game. I love this idea. It's fantastic. We have a new Mythos Deck, and this replaces, if you're going to play the Lightless Pyramid mode, that's what I just did. This replaces the Mythos Deck from the base game, and instead of an instant effect and an ongoing effect, you get 2 effects that generally range from nasty to super nasty, and all of the investigators as a group has to choose between the 2 of them. And a lot of them are really difficult to mitigate. So it's a lot of, he got stung by a scorpion and now you have to help him, and you take a lot for it. Or you don't help him and you take a little bit for it. So, some of them are damned if you do, damned if you don't. We have 2 new adventure decks that correspond with our new entrance sheet. And one side is Cairo, the other side is Dashur. We have Stage 1 and Stage 2. Stage 1 corresponds to Cairo. When you're in Cairo, you're pulling cards from the Stage 1 deck. When you're in Dashur, you're pulling cards from the Stage 2 deck. There are not enough Elder Signs in Stage 1 to complete the game. You have to, at some point, either allow the card via an effect to be flipped to Dashur, or you do it yourself. And you can do that. There's, like the other entrance cards in the expansions on the base game, you have effects you can spend trophies on. In this case, you advance the clock, flip the card by choice. The Elder Signs you need to complete the game are in the Stage 2 deck, and this is where things kind of get crazy. There are 4 cards in here that are chamber cards. They're secret chambers that you find in the pyramid, and instead of an effect on the back, they have a task. And when you use dice for that task, let's say you complete the task, you remove those dice from your pool. They're now gone. So when you flip the card over, you are entering that chamber with a reduced pool of dice. And some of them are really, really interesting. And I'm not going to spoil those at all, but they're what really make this expansion, in my opinion. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, we have the new Expedition scenario sheet. This gives us 8 various effects. We have expedition tokens. You gain those through various effects in the game. and you can put them on here, and it allows you to gain some at midnight abilities that are beneficial, or fighting monster abilities that are beneficial, things like that. The other side of the card is the exhibit. If you play regular mode with just some of the components added into the base game, you will play on this side of the card if you so choose. This essentially keeps you in the museum. This is the other new neat little thing they did with this. This is a completely separate deck of 4 cards. These are the Dark Pharaoh chamber cards, adventure cards, and they're special adventures. And on the Doom track of the monsters, there'll be a Dark Pharaoh head as one of the slots instead of regular or monsters. When that happens, you will put one of these into play. If all 4 of them are in play, the Doom track immediately fills up, and you move directly to the battling the Ancient One to end the game. Let's see, we got some new allies that go in the ally deck, and they are super good. I'm really in love. I think there's 4 of them that went in there, and holy cow, they're fantastic. Let's see, I think that's about everything new. I'll talk about the lore a little bit. You'll have to excuse me, I still have an injured foot, so I'm kind of wiggling around a little bit here. But there's a lot of lore. They went really deep on this story. I'm really greatly impressed at the amount of story here, and there's a lot of lore spread around through all these cards and the various smaller cards and art and stuff. And a lot of it's very dark. A lot of it is really creepy, and some of it just had me giggling out of just nervousness and fright, because seriously, as I got into the game, you start getting absorbed in the story, and oh man, it's deep and it's textured, and it's I really don't know what else to say about it. I'm still kind of a game high. It's just fantastic. The story here is, I haven't even discovered all of it, and I am super impressed and really just into it. It's really, really good. I suggest you guys pick this thing up. We all know that I like Elder Sign, and this is probably my favorite expansion so far. It's definitely the one I've played the most, and still I feel like I've just barely scratched the surface. This scenario card, the expedition tokens, really helps mitigate the game, because it is really tough. It is a really brutal expansion, and that helps out a lot. The artifacts help out a lot, even if it's just to feed them to the Ancient Ones or to feed them to other like at midnight effects, because a lot of the effects on the back of the cards will say something like at midnight add a Doom token to the Doom track unless you dump an artifact. There are some new mask monsters included. That's about it, I think. Again, sorry, I wanted to just knock this out at the top of my head after playing this epic game session tonight. I think that's going to do it, though, for this time. I'd happily take any tweets or emails, and you guys can get at me with any questions you have and stuff, or comment below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You can find me online at boardgamerblues.com. You can find me at Facebook or Twitter at boardgamerblues. You can email me directly. It's JIMMIE at boardgamerblues.com. You can find me on Instagram now. I love seeing all of the pictures of your games at Instagram. That's been really fun for me getting over there. So if you follow me, I'm going to follow you back, because I love seeing what you guys are doing, and I love chatting with you over there and stuff. So yeah, come find me over there. Let's see, we have a podcast. It's Tatooine Tableflip, the podcast. You can find that on iTunes, Stitcher, all the available podcatchers. If you guys listen to it and you like the show, please go over to iTunes and give it a rating or a review. It helps other people find the show, and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hey, give us a thumbs up on this one down here. Hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up with any more of our upcoming shenanigans. And I think that's it. Oh, yeah, we have a Patreon. We desperately need some new lights. I'm kind of trying to really, really beg for new lights right now. And even if it's $1, every dollar helps. You guys, if you like the show, you like what we're doing over here, if you like the podcast, all the money goes back into the shows. We're aiming for getting a second camera probably later this year, I hope. Possibly as early as this summer. That'll help with things a lot, of course, new lights and everything. So go over there and hit up our Patreon and see if you like anything over there. And if you do, chuck a buck at us. It helps the show, and I'd really appreciate that as well. That's going to do it for this time, you guys. Thanks for suffering this single shot, me just babbling off the top of my head. review of Omens of the Pharaoh for Elder Dice. I'll see you next time. Elder Signs. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
We'll be right back.